Happy Wednesday! It is our Motivational Wednesday. I have a guest today, my friend Jessica Linverde. She's an actress, she's a producer, she's an improviser, she's an all-around amazing person. You may recognize Jessica because she is the creator and producer and director of Heartbeats, a medical improvisation show that my leg keeps disappearing. A medical improvisational dramedy that I had the opportunity to have a guest star role on, and it was really fun. I got to play Nurse Lolly, and you guys saw some of that when we did our when I started in class. But before we get started, we're gonna do a little moving and grooving. Then we'll go up. Jessica has a lot of cool stuff to share with us today. Can't wait to hear what she had to say. But like I said, before we get to Jessica, let's do some moving and grooving today. Get your energy, guys! Alright guys, let's do nothing to stop. Good job guys. Before we go meet Jessica Lynn for the day, let's just do our breath work, then we'll go meet Jessica. She's up, we're hanging out here at the spa. She's up and hanging out in my hotel room on the porch. So we'll go say hi to her in a little bit. But before we do that, let's do our breath work. So we're gonna inhale for 7, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Ready? And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on third. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fourth time. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our fifth time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good, guys. Very good, guys. Very good. I'm disappearing. That thing about green screen, sometimes it just disappears. So, apologize for that. Guys, I'm really, we're gonna go meet Jessica. But again, Wednesday was the day that I like to focus on self-care, self-empowerment. To me, that's the fifth tool. And I love talking to other artists about their resiliency, their self-care, how they empower themselves, how they feel self-confident. That's what I like to do this every other Wednesday, just so you can hear what other artists do and maybe take something from that and say, oh, okay, I like that idea. I really believe in the power of learning from others and taking what others have to say and saying, how can I incorporate that myself? So that's what our Wednesdays are all about. So come on, guys, we're gonna go meet Jessica, and they're gonna adore her because I do, because she's amazing, and I only actually bring amazing people to hang out with me. So you guys are amazing. We're out there. I meet another amazing artist. Let's go meet Jessica. Lord. Hey, Jessica, how are you?
Diana, hi.
Hi, thank you for coming here and hanging out with me at the spa today.
You do not need to beg me to hang out with you or go to a spa.
All right.
So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. I'm so looking forward to you getting to know my clients and the PAFW gang, as I like to call them sometimes. But I would love if they're used to what I look like, but I would love for you to give yourself a video description. But before that, guys, we're up on like a porch, and behind us you have the ocean, and it's really blue and pretty. The blue sky, and there's like buildings, and we're overlooking this beautiful ocean here in the spa, and there's looks like there's surfers out there. So that's the landscape, is this beautiful ocean view.
And if you could, the sun almost feels warm. You can
I
almost
know.
feel the sun.
Isn't it wonderful? So Jessica, would you describe your beautiful self, please?
Thank you. I'm happy to. I am a white female who's 35, and I have shoulder length blonde hair. I have blue eyes. I have a very nice smile, and I'm wearing a gray t-shirt, and I'm drinking coffee out of a colorful floral mug.
And I got my juice here too. So I always love to start with this question. You were in that elevator and someone said, what do you do? What is your 40-second elevator pitch?
Oh,
it
gosh.
can be a little bit longer if you want.
No, this is exactly what I would do. If someone's like, who are you? Tell me who you are. I'd be like, do you? I would be awkward. I think the short version of that is that I'm an artist. I was gifted with many abilities to do art in almost every way. I've chosen to focus on acting as the majority of the art that I choose to pursue professionally. And yeah, and an improviser, right? Those are things that falls into the header is improviser, actor, director, voiceover artist, those things that hopefully will make me money.
When was it? I think we all have this moment where we know, or moments where we go, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. So what was that first let me ask, where did you grow up?
So
Where are
I'm from
you?
LA. Well,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm from the Valley, but Los
Uh-huh.
Angeles proper. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. So you've always been out here. So when do you and other people in your family that were in the entertainment industry or
Yes, in different ways. I think some more successfully than others. And it starts with my grandmother who was a songwriter for Motown.
oh
So,
wow.
yeah. So she had like huge songwriting gift and presence, and the story goes that she hired two women to sing background with her, and she sat herself in the Capitol Records building and started playing music until someone invited her up for an interview. So
That's amazing. I love Motown. I grew up on Motown, so that's really amazing.
think about that like influence she had just by, I really find it interesting how our ancestors passed on their DNA to us and how it affects us.
Hmm. Right.
And just even that soulfulness and that presence, I feel I have a lot of that coursing through my bloods. My siblings have it in different ways. My father is a good songwriter, but I would say I'm probably the only actor that's like fully pursued
Right.
things in this
Okay.
direction.
And how many siblings do you have?
I'm the oldest of four.
Wow. Okay.
And
Okay.
they're so pretty, Diana. I'm pretty. I was like really cute. And then my brother is like handsome. And then
Uh-huh.
my sister is gorgeous. And then the youngest one is like model. So we like
Oh.
just got prettier. And the youngest one, speaking of like in the pursuit of business and art, he just signed a major record label deal.
Oh, good
So
for him.
yeah,
Big your pride, huh? That's awesome. That's
it's
amazing.
amazing. So you were asking
The
when did
mo
I have
Yeah,
the
when was
aha
it?
moment,
Yeah,
right?
when, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I think we have many, but I always think there's like one that you were or maybe the first one that I always find really interesting. What people's aha moments are.
Yeah, I think it is. That's why I went back to it, because it is part of the story with me and music. Because I knew I wanted to act since I was probably 11. Because I also thought I wanted to like be a scientist or a teacher. I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I love questions and I like answers, and but I also like I am really emotional. So how do I put that to best to use? So I think
Right.
I don't remember having like an aha moment, except for like, oh, I do remember as a kid watching commercials and going, I want to do that. Why can't our family be on commercials? So I definitely was able to even without knowing what it was, I knew I wanted that. But then I started in my early 20s pursuing music because I'm also just a good songwriter. I thought it would be easier. And then I was wrong because I didn't want to do it as often as I wanted to do acting. So it was
Right.
like a third aha moment where it was
Right.
like, oh, you want to be doing this for the rest of your life. So just
Right.
focus on
Right.
this. So couple different times I've had to remind myself what true
Cool.
north is.
And what about you? We're gonna get the heartbeat because again that's we know each other through the improv and how we met.
Oh my
But
goodness, yes.
what brought you to improv? Because that's a very specific type of acting. And what was it that brought you to? And you're so amazing at that. I mean, I what brought you to it, and what is it that you love about doing improv?
Wow. My joke answer is always that I don't have to learn lines. So,
Right,
so why not just do it the easy way? But also
right.
I'll take the compliment coming from a fantastic improviser yourself.
Thank you.
It's it's I think I needed it for both my acting ability, but also for my life when it comes to like how I experienced social anxiety, how I experienced self-love or lack thereof, or how I
Mhm.
experienced, confidence. So uh around the same time where I started professionally pursuing my passions, improv shows up. I was about 27. I had lost a job at a restaurant, and I said, you can either be working at a restaurant for the rest of your life and lose those jobs because you hate working in a restaurant, or
Mhm.
you can fail as an actor, you know. So I
Right.
realized that I had now was the opportunity to finally pursue. I was scared. I was really scared of
Right.
rejection, or I always thought I was like 20 pounds too heavy or not. You know, you also have like a bunch of people in your life that say, hey, maybe that's not for you, or maybe there are prettier people, because they're protecting you. They want you to be safe. They don't want you to hurt. But
Right.
what they don't realize is by telling you something that's scary, or giving you the worst case scenario, they could be hurting you that way, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And I still, even up until a couple of years ago, my uncle's like, hey, you should probably be a nurse. And I'm like, you know what? We should probably not talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
But I know it's coming from a loving place, and I don't need their, you know, reassurance anymore. But I started taking classes at an acting school that taught acting for camera, for commercials specifically, and I met my favorite improviser to this day, Paul Hungerford, who taught classes there, and he is just like a leader. He is like the most generous leader. And he said, hey, you know what, I got a great school for you to come check out, come with. He brought hundreds of students to this school just because he fully believed in what they did, and he
Right.
loved cultivating the community there.
Right.
And then that's where I find Ripley Improv. That's where I find my calling as an improviser. There was a little bit of fear with my age, feeling like, oh, I don't know very much about improv, and everyone else has 5 years of groundlings under their belt. And I also was at a stage where I was trying to buck up against norms, like you have to have improv on your resume. I didn't want to have to do anything. I wanted to just let my work speak for itself. But then I find this narrative improv, excuse me, and I went, oh great, this is it. I was meant to do this. This is because
Right.
it was a meeting of my theater capabilities, and it put me in uh, a place where I had to jump off the ledge every single night.
Right. Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
and I love how you talk about, and I usually use my Wednesday classes as a motivational Wednesday, and I love you talk about being self-confident, but I know for myself that is a journey to self-love and all that. That's a continual journey.
Yes.
So what are the things you've done to be on that journey where you are right now, where you can speak about being self-confident from a place of confidence? So it's not about conceit, it's about being confident. And that I really think people who are conceited are not confident. And there's a big difference.
Yeah,
So,
it resonates, or they're like the fake it till you make it, right? And I think
right.
whatever your journey is to that center, it's all valid. But if you
Mhm.
wanted to do it exactly like me, date someone who doesn't value you, and you know, get paid less than what you deserve, and then hit rock bottom. So
Right.
there's like a couple different ways you can start the journey. And for me, I started the journey usually at like ground zero. And
Mhm.
there comes a time, or at least for me, there was a point where I was just so sad that I didn't have someone in my life that could look at everything I did and just be like, Jessica, I'm so proud of you. Look at how
Mhm.
awesome you are. And I remember like this was an aha moment. I was on a way to an audition and I was so sad. I was brokenhearted. My community was changing because I couldn't be around that person anymore, but they were integral to the community that I was involved in. It was like really messy, and half my fault, not his fault, half my fault. And then I was lamenting this, not having someone to look at me objectively and go, God, you're great.
Right.
And then I realized I am that person that knows everything I've been through, and that there's nothing wrong with me saying, great job, Jessica.
Right.
And it was because at some time at the early onset of like people telling you you need to love yourself, people telling you you need to have confidence, fake it till you make it, it feels intangible if it's not something, if you're depressed, or you have a deficit, like if you know, if you're suffering from like, let's say, borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder,
Right.
that's a really hard place
Right.
to learn how to get self-love from, right? That's
Right.
just
Right.
that's just a natural deficit that we all have our own varying degrees of challenges with.
Right.
For me, it was a mixture of good friends in my corner, despite me thinking I deserved to lose them because I didn't think I was worthy of that. Um, Appropriate mental health evaluation that I also had my own stigma against, but a couple friends go, no, you have to go see a psychiatrist now, and you probably need, so I had good people pushing me,
Right.
and also probably, I think improv was part of that too. Is how many times can I put myself in a situation where I don't know the outcome over and over and over again, and realize that I've survived that every time,
Right. Right.
and that people aren't walking away going, "Screw that girl, she's weird," right?
Right. Right.
And you might find a place that doesn't make you feel comfy like that, but then all the more reason to walk away.
Right.
You're not inadequate. They are inadequate for you,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's a multifaceted journey, and you're so right to say, because I know you have it. I can sense it in you, right? You know what you offer, and some days you wake up and go, "Wow, today's a hard day."
Yeah. Exactly.
It's totally possible. That doesn't mean we've taken 12 steps back, but it's a little harder to get out of bed today or
Right.
something. And that's
Right.
a valid part of it.
I like to say there are days when you just need to take it an hour at a time. There are days when you can move through the day and go, oh, man, what's going on tomorrow? I can't wait. And there are days when because of my mental health, I say, all right, it's 9 o'clock. I have to make it till 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. I have to make it till 11 a.m. And then do that for 12 hours. And then I go to bed, and maybe the next day I go, all right, I make it to the afternoon, it's the morning, and then there'll be other days, and I go, okay, let's roll to the day, but that's part of the journey of life. That there are days that are harder, but you always know that I always know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that helps me.
And I think you're explaining also the artist journey. We are a paradox of
Hmm.
a lot of energy and then zero of, like,
Right.
empty and super extroverted and then super introverted. And
Hmm.
I know there are times where my output's going to be really high and I'm going to feel like I'm go 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 go. And then a girl named Amy, who Eliza Pearl, I don't know this girl Amy, but Eliza Pearl knows her. She calls it potato. Sometimes I just potato. I'm going to
Right.
potato today.
Right. Right.
But you need that recharge. I
Right.
guess I wish there was someone earlier on that could say, Jessica, this is exactly what you're going to suffer. This is
Mhm.
exactly what's going to be hard, so that I could get over it quicker. And I would
Right.
love to meet anybody, especially in your class, and go, hey, I can see what will help you. But the hardest part about it is you actually need to go through the journey and calibrate and go, oh, actually, it's really good if I start off my day with meditation. Oh, wait, actually, it's better if I do it later in the day.
Right.
Or
Right.
actually, that doesn't work anymore for me. And
Right.
so you have to go through your own journey of what works in order for you to feel your best, even if you
Right.
don't feel your best, right? But then
Right.
it's some magic mixture of friendship, things that make you feel worthy, things that make you feel worthwhile,
Right.
and compassion.
Mm-hmm. But and compassion for yourself. I think we can be very not compassionate with ourselves, and I think that's important too. Oh, I just love talking to you.
I love talking
So
to you too. I love talking, like, I love deep diving into this stuff because, man, that's why I truly, like, you experienced this when I was directing you for our guest spot. I believe in straightforward, honest, kind
right.
speak. And I want to exist as that person for others so that you can know that you can be that. I
Right.
can also be imperfect. I'm not afraid to make a mistake so that someone can come tell me, hey, you shouldn't have said that, or that was not
Right.
nice, or um, and that's been a journey in and of itself. But uh, yeah, it's a pleasure speaking to someone like yourself who's as thoughtful like you are, and kind and loving.
Thank you. Well, back at you. So let's get to for Ripley Improv and say what that is, and then Heartbeat, because you manifested a dream, and and I think in this industry, sometimes we depend on other people to make our dreams come true, and you did that, plus created opportunities for other people like myself to play a nurse, which was an incredible opportunity for me, the artist, to play a nurse. And so, if you could describe Ripley and then your journey with Heartbeats, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy to, because I think it all goes hand in hand. So I meet the legacy Ripleys, or like the
Yeah,
initial 7 that started the group 4 or 5 years ago at Impro, where I started my improv journey. And it was a group of 7, in myself included, because I have to trust I was worthy.
right,
Awesome women who wanted to story tell without boundaries. And if we couldn't, we were grateful to be at Impro, because it was actually a very safe female space. It wasn't
right,
100% safe, um, diverse space, but as far as like equity amongst men and women, we there was a pretty good shifting of power there. But
right.
we still wanted to go, hey, why don't we just play with 6 women we like, or 7 women, so that we got to tell our stories. We used the tools that we learned, and then kind of became our own entity, obviously. And by proxy, I get out of this a circle of powerful, thoughtful, lovely friends who believe in me, and vice versa, and also who want to see the best in each other. So it's not without its challenges, right?
Right.
But we've shown each other the ability to be patient and manage expectations, um, see ourselves excel, not feel jealous for another. Because I'm sure you experience this, where you have to be jealous of that other girl.
Right, right. And that's kind of encouraged a woman, and I don't like that.
My father bred me to be like that. And so it
Mm,
was a lot of stripping away I had to do to go, oh, she's not against me. She's actually, my
right,
kid. But so I was at the right point in my life to meet these women who, even if I like fought and went, no, I don't want to be your friend, they
right.
grabbed me and kept me and, helped me. And then it's been part of our mission for the last couple of years to, since we have opportunity, to share that opportunity and help us realize each other's dreams. So we've done like some awesome projects, including shooting a film a day, a completely improvised film a day.
That's amazing.
Is very cool. That's someone's dream, Kelly Loman's dream 10 years ago. People were saying, you can't do that. And then she meets us and finally went, I can do it with them. And
Right.
so that's what Ripley does, is emboldens, I guess might be a good way. So with Heartbeats, when I was learning this long form narrative style of improv, which, came from like learning how to do a Shakespeare play completely improvised, or in the style of Tennessee Williams, or even Jane Austen, I saw the ability to commercialize it with TV, because that's one of the more successful mediums right now.
Right.
And improv's a hard sell, but if you're looking at the type of work that we are capable of doing, that translates really easily to TV, right? We're writing a TV show or a script or a play in the moment. And so the pandemic, strangely, made it more possible to realize this crazy dream to make improvised television. So Heartbeats, which is an improvised medical drama, comes out of that.
And what? So you've done season 1.
Yes.
So what does it? How does that feel? Because you've done a complete season. You've had a cliffhanger, which we won't give away. Um, you've had numerous guests, and I had a blast. And I thank you, because it was a dream come true for me to do a medical professional on a show, and to what I've loved about Ripley, period, is I get seen just for all of who I am, and I've gotten some great opportunity to be roles where I'm just one of the girls or this or spy or whatever, and I really appreciate that. So I
Yeah,
just
and we're not asking you to be anything other than what you
right,
are, right?
right,
Uh, I'm very glad that that is your experience, because if the mirror is flipped, I too was allowed to be the weirdo that I am too.
right, and
No one's I'm at this point now in my career where it might not be easy for someone to give me a lead role in a movie or a show, but I
right,
can give it to myself with Ripley.
exactly, and that's what I love about creating your own work, and that's what I love about improv. I may not be able to be the I may not be seen in the industry by some people as a nurse, but in Ripley I got to be a nurse. In
And you know
Ripley I
what?
got
Screw it. We're going to change that. Like this show we're going to sell it, and you're going to be our nurse, and
well,
that's that.
that's awesome. And actually that's how I found the Exceptional Nurses Association, and I wrote them and they thanked me. So that was another great opportunity. So what's the next vision? You just had your first season. What is the next vision for Heartbeats?
Yeah, I see two clear directions with it, and this is me being open to my energy level, because if I don't get a certain place with it, I can't make myself feel badly about it,
Right,
because there's a part of me that will say, oh, if you don't get to this, that means you didn't succeed, and that's just not true.
right,
I already feel a sense of huge accomplishment having told a story that I am proud that we told, and
right,
excited to do a second season. And yeah, because we bring a guest in each week, and you get to come back, and we get to tell these stories. It's just awesome. And then there's like, so again, one journey for it is coming back in the fall for season 2, keeping it online because so many people are remote. Or this next month I'm going to be spending time, we've been creating the pitch packet to see if studios would be interested in it. If it's not Heartbeats that they're interested in, then I've had this idea for a couple other different improvised TV shows. I can't imagine they wouldn't be interested in Heartbeats. It might change what we know as today, but in terms of like, maybe we'd have to restart the story over,
right,
and it does take some convincing to tell an executive like, hey, improv TV can work, and it's not whose line is it anyway. It's got its
right,
own risk factor, but I don't
right,
care to think about that too much because I'm super confident about what this show offers. It's still, there's still a gray area in that I don't know a lot of execs, so I don't know who I'm going to pitch it to yet. But at the end of the day, I know I've got something awesome. I've already done it,
right,
and I proved to myself I'm able to produce a show from start to finish. So,
right.
um, I never really experienced the bitterness, the bittersweetness after an end of a project, but this one was really weird after it ended
Wow.
because we could have kept on doing it.
Right, 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 right. But yeah, it's really, but what I love, it still can, but I love that you just open to possibilities, and that's how you can do it, put it out there. So this is really great. I want to ask you about the next project, Slay, that you're working on, and then I always I know you brought some music. I'm gonna add. So let me ask you about Slay. Then we got one more thing before we wrap it up. But I'm so glad that you've been here. So tell me about what is Ripley doing now?
Oh, yes, Ripley is always has something on the cooking, right? And this new show that we're doing on Twitch is called Slay, and we've had an idea of this show since 2 years ago. Eliza Pearl is our director. She's helming this show, and the pandemic didn't stop us. There was obviously, everyone had some downtime to kind of go,
Right,
what do we want to do? And even with me, the first 2 months of the pandemic, or a few months, I was like, I'm tired. I just want to play
right,
games. And
right,
that's okay and valid. But now Eliza was at the perfect point of her wellness to be like, I'm going to make Slay happen. We're going to do this. and it's been such a unique storytelling style for us. So we're
Right.
essentially a secret agency that hunts monsters. So we take elements of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Hellboy, and all of us were like an eclectic group of agents. I play a character who is completely socially inept, and which I just love. I just love that she's, because I play a lot of mostly boisterous, loud,
Right.
fun, vulgar characters. So I thought it would be interesting to play someone who's like naturally introverted and not comfortable talking to people.
Right.
But every episode someone described it as like doing improv in the cloud. We're creating a story in a shared cloud, because we're not interacting with each other. We're telling monologues about the experience we had with this monster that hasn't been profiled before. And it's totally unique, but it's also totally relatable and super fun. And still is home to our grounded style of storytelling improv.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. All right. So before we get to the music, we're gonna rock it out. I'm gonna pick a word from my magic word jar, and I want you, when I say the word, I want you to think of what it means to you.
Okay.
So
I love this. I love this, Diane.
All right. So your word is authentic. So when you think of authentic, how in terms of goals or how you live your life, what is authentic? What does that mean to you?
Yes, I think that no matter what level of success that I hit, or whatever I'm invited to do, or whoever I am so lucky to meet, I will bring as much as my authentic self I can afford to bring to those things. I don't really believe in compromise or selling yourself short, or dialing down your morals so that you can feel more comfortable about something, or worrying about someone else's sensitivities with regards, like the fragile male ego, like, oh, let me make you feel comfortable for making me feel uncomfortable. I believe in authenticity, and I attract that in my life. I attract, because I have that the not unique journey of trusting a lot of people, and then realizing that not everyone's able to be trusted. But my way I phrase it is, I learned how to love people as far as they'll let me, as opposed to push them away. Right. So, I can't trust you with that secret. I love you up until this point then.
Okay.
And so now I have authentic friends that keep me authentic, and I hope my work will always be authentic, and that even if it isn't, that I'll find it again soon.
All right. Thank you, Jessica Lindetti, for coming. You brought your song because you're going to share on your thing, because I can't get my act together here.
Well, listen, no one needs to get any act together, because this song deserves to be shared with everybody. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, I love this song.
Oh, the movie is so good.
Yeah.
I also like singing her part, but I'm going to refrain, but
I love this song. This is a rock out song, guys.
It will be in a second. Look at how beautiful she is.
I know. This is awesome.
And he began to speak.
So that's Will Ferrell, who we love.
I love it.
Yay!
I love it. Oh my God.
If I can recommend one thing to people, it's do yourself a favor and watch that movie. It is delightful.
What's that movie called again?
That movie is called Eurovision Song Contest: The Story of Fire Saga, and it's Rachel McAdams and it's Will Ferrell. And that video, they were singing on Iceland fjords, and they look like a big old Iceland band. And it's obviously a comedy, but there's so many great musical songs. And it's a comedy, but it's also sweet, and it's on Netflix, so it's super easy to get.
Awesome. I'll put that at the end. All right, guys, Jessica, Lynn, thank you again. I cannot wait. I've met so many people this pandemic year I cannot wait till we are at. I love being in the virtual space with you, but I cannot wait to be in a personal space with you and give you the biggest hug. And
then we get to do on stage work together. And I know. I look forward to that too.
It's gonna be awesome. So anyway, thank you, Jessica. Thank you guys. Tomorrow, will be our Thursday character class. And remember also your character creations for our Friday showcase are due by 10 a.m. tomorrow, Thursday. All right, guys, love you, miss you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Diana.
All right.